India faces a hidden hunger. It is not just the hunger of empty stomachs, but the hunger for safe, nutritious food. This hunger is made worse by a dangerous practice: food adulteration. Across India, from bustling markets to quiet villages, food is being tampered with. This betrayal of trust puts our health and environment in grave danger. We believe in atithi devo bhava, the guest is God. But what gods are we worshipping when we offer adulterated food? This is not just about economics, it's about ethics, it's about the soul of our nation. The food on our plates should nourish us, not harm us. We must understand this growing threat and fight for our right to safe food and a healthy future. This fight begins with awareness. Food adulteration is like a thief in the night. It steals the goodness from our food and replaces it with harmful substances. Imagine milk, the first food of life, laced with detergent. Think of turmeric, the golden spice of health, tainted with industrial dyes. This is the reality of adulteration. The methods are cunning. Chalk powder bulks up milk, making it seem thicker. Artificial sweeteners make spurious honey seem real. These cheap substitutes increase profits for the unscrupulous while robbing us of our health. This is not just a problem of big factories. Adulteration happens at every level of the food chain, from the farmer to the shopkeeper. The lack of strict laws and weak enforcement emboldens these criminals. We must remember that food is sacred. It is the foundation of our health and well-being. We cannot afford to be silent spectators in this crime against our bodies and our nation. Why does food adulteration flourish in India? The answer is a complex mix of greed and neglect. The desire for quick profits drives some to compromise on ethics. The lure of easy money trumps the value of human life. Our regulatory systems meant to protect us are often slow and inefficient. This creates a breeding ground for adulteration. Corrupt practices allow criminals to escape justice, further endangering public health. The lack of awareness from consumers also plays a part. We must educate ourselves about common adulterants and their effects. We must learn to identify signs of adulteration and demand safe, unadulterated food. This fight requires a collective effort. The government, the food industry, and consumers must work together to eradicate this menace. We must demand transparency and accountability in our food system. Section 4. A nation at risk: health impacts of food adulteration. The consequences of food adulteration are far-reaching and devastating. They strike at the very core of our nation's health and well-being. When we consume adulterated food, we ingest slow poison. Children with their developing bodies are most vulnerable. Imagine a child drinking milk laced with urea, a chemical fertilizer. Instead of nourishment, the child receives a dose of toxins, leading to long-term health problems. Adulterated food can cause a range of illnesses, from stomach infections and allergies to chronic diseases like cancer. In extreme cases, it can even be fatal. The economic burden of treating these illnesses is immense. Section 5. Poisoning our waters: the environmental fallout. The damage caused by food adulteration extends far beyond our plates. It seeps into our environment, poisoning our precious water resources. The chemicals used to adulterate food often end up in our rivers and lakes, contaminating the very water we drink. Consider the case of textile dyes used to adulterate spices like turmeric and chili powder. These dyes, containing heavy metals, are discharged into water bodies, making the water unfit for consumption and harming aquatic life. The excessive use of pesticides and fertilizers to increase crop yield further exacerbates the problem. These chemicals leach into the groundwater, polluting our water sources and posing serious health risks. The contamination of water has a domino effect, impacting agriculture, livestock, and ultimately human health. We must recognize the interconnectedness of our actions and strive to protect our environment from the scourge of food adulteration.